What's up guys, welcome back to another episode. Today I am going to be repairing and respraying an E90 320i front bumper, but just E90 front bumper silver. And it's actually of my brother's BMW, but here is what it'll look like. So at the moment, if the lighting starts to work for me. So at the moment it has this crack and chip in the paint where it's massive. And obviously it's left over from somebody who reversed into his car while he was in the shopping centre. So on this side, that's what that is. Big crack. And on this side, there is a scuff mark. So pretty much I'm going to sand down as much as I can of this whole bumper, sand it down until it looks pretty good, and then go over it with some primer, sand that back down, over it with the paint, sand that back down, and then over it with a clear coat. Wish me luck. This is the first time I'm actually painting anything of relative importance other than like wheels, so this will be interesting, but you're coming along the ride with me. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So I'm going to start off by sanding it all down with some hard grit, medium grit, and then a fine grit. Yeah, exciting stuff. So first things first, with this front bumper, I'm going to have to peel back all this crack. So look at this. That's just all coming off my hand. And I want to peel that back before I go and sanding it so it doesn't cut up my sandpaper. But like this just takes 30 seconds, clear it up, but then I'll hit it with that, like I said, that coarse sandpaper and really start to get into it. Also, heads up, apologies for any of the noise of mowing in the background. There's people mowing the lawn, so can't control that one, but we will persevere in the name of automotive expertise. No, either way. Gonna pull this one back. Yeah. Sorry about the lawn, trying to type. First batch of course is done, and it looks pretty good. You know, it's coming out quite nicely. It came out quite smooth for the first one. So this is the most intense grade that I'll be using, but it's coming out, and obviously it'll be wiped off, and it's obviously pretty clean. But it's good to just see that I'm getting all nice sort of smooth surfaces. That crack, you know, it'll get down more and more and more, but it's all looking pretty good so far. So I'm good. Happy with how it's going. I might move on to the next one. Just gotta wipe this one down. Gotta move on to the next level of grit, and we'll go from there. Stay tuned. Yeah, it's getting a little bit hot here as well. Whew. Quick wash down later. You can kind of see where all the kind of uneven spots were, where the sanding has gotten a lot heavier and all that sort of stuff, but it's looking quite good. So that was with the 1600 grit, I think it was. This, I'm moving on to P800 grit, which is exciting. Yep, but let's just get straight back into it. It's pretty much the same process, so it's going to be a little bit better for you. Sweet. Second round's done, which is the 400 grit sandpaper. So that one's done. And before, sorry, the first sandpaper I used was P240, not 1600 or whatever I said. So that's done. I'm gonna wash it off, get this all done, and then we'll be moving on to the P800 level sandpaper. Good stuff. I've been at this for about an hour and a half now, and I'm only 2 out of 4 things done. Yay! Right, sweet. So there that is, once again washed, and it's feeling quite smooth at the moment. Silky nice, really nice. But we're still going to go finer and finer and finer as to make sure that paint adheres to the max of its ability. But yeah, this is kind of exciting stuff, and yeah, it's coming along. I'm gonna keep going though. Nothing like a good day in the shed. It's very hot though. Next up, P800 grit. Super fine now. Let's get into it. This is about done for the P800 grit. Sweet as. Alright, moving on to the P2000 grit, and we are going to quickly wash this one down, of course, as well. Let's go. Washed and ready for the final one. This thing is already so smooth. I'm loving it. But we're not here for smoothness, we're here for, or we are here for smoothness. I guess we are more here for the fact that we are ready almost paint this thing, and that is beyond making me excited, but there's one more level of grit to go. Now that final level of grit is, how's that? P2000, and that one's just gonna be the last one. Oh my god, we're excited. But let's go. So it's been about 2 hours since I last checked in. Had to go run some errands, but I'm back. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is hanging this bumper up from the ceiling. Now what I'm going to be doing to do that with are some coat hangers. Tons of white coat hangers in my house. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to be sealing up the place so I don't overspray it on a whole bunch of important things that aren't mine. But nonetheless, I'm going to get to putting that together. So sit tight. These days are all. These days are all. These days are all. These days are all. So now that has been wiped down with some alcohol and some wipes and a little bit dry, I'm just going to let it finish off drying, and then it'll be time to paint. And the exciting thing about this is that I got all this paint from my local supermarket. So what I have is 2 cans of the paint that has been colour matched to the BMW, the E90, which is exciting. And then also, of course, with any, oh sorry, that's the other can. And then with any paint job, you obviously need primer. That's my coat of primer I'll put on first. And then, sorry, this one was my clear coat. And then these are the 2 matched. So that's great. So first, so the game plan is primer on first. Nice, even, light layer of primer. Sand that down to, you know, with the 800 and then the 2000, and then back over that with the paint, the correct paint that we bought. Then send that down 800 to 2000, and then back on with the clear coat 800 to 2000, and then we're done. Yay! And then I'll let it dry overnight. But the exciting thing is, this is the part where a lot of paint work is prep work, and the prep work's done. So now it's time to enjoy the spray, which we like. And of course for this you will need a face mask. of which I have many. Please don't roast me for my bunk setup of the spray cans as well. So this looks dry. I'm gonna hit it with the primer and we'll go from there. Wish me luck. Primer done! Yay! So this is fully dried and I've given it a little bit of a sanding, but not much, pretty light. I think if I go too heavy on the sanding it's going to go too far through and I'm going to turn it how I want it to turn out. So I'm just going to go ahead and put on the first coat of the paint. Now like I said, this is a pretty DIY in my backyard, doing in the pool shed. In the pool shed of all things, so you know, watch with caution. I don't know, either way. Next coat is going on. Now, if you're doing this at home, I'd recommend really making sure your preparation is 100%. If it's not 100%, then you're gonna run into trouble down the road. But just keep that in mind when you're gonna do it. Now this cost me about, the can itself cost me about $20, and it's paint matched to the car. So it's the right colour, all that sort of stuff. $20 and it's pretty good. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and chuck it on. So that's the first coat done. I'm just gonna let that dry off for a bit. It's coming out quite nice. You can see this. Ooh, you can see the sparkle in the silver. I don't know if it'll come up on camera, but yeah, you can see the sparkle in the silver. And it's coming out quite nice. I hate this corner bit here because even though I sanded that relatively flat, I think it's even more emphasized now. But at least it's not black, so you know from a distance it's a beauty. I mean, this wasn't a full restoration. You know, it was pretty DIY, and it's better than it was. But I'm gonna let that dry. Let it dry for itself. Yeah, it's getting a bit fumey in there, so watch out if you're doing this at home as well. Yeah, maybe some fans or something. But yeah, check back in like half an hour. Another coat. It's been about 45 minutes, so I'm gonna chuck another one on. Let's do this.
All I do is adore you all of the time. I'd like to. I'd like to. I'd like to love you every day. I'd like to love you, love you. I'd like to love you, if I may.
Second coat done. Let that one dry. See how it goes. So here it is. It is 10:20. And here we're going to put on the primer. No, not the primer, sorry. Putting on the clear coat. Putting on the clear coat, which is the final piece in this little bit of a journey we're on. So yeah, the bumper's looking pretty nice. I don't even plan to have is probably this bit here where I just don't know what to do about it, but you know. but the paint itself is good, and we're looking forward to it. So without further ado, just gonna jump right in. I'm just gonna put this clear coat on, leave it overnight, let it dry, see how it turns out in the morning. But it should be mint.
I'd like to love you, I'd like to love you, I'd like to love you night and day, if I may.
Now we just have to wait. So I'll check in with you tomorrow morning and see how this thing's going. (6:33 in the next morning. 6:33 the next morning. This is dry. It's ready to go back in the car. Splendid. Let's do it. So here we are, front bumper all done. This side, remember there was a blemish here, it's completely gone. Yeah, looking so good all the way through. The only part I'm disappointed with is, like I said, this bit where the black was. Yeah, not great. But without further ado, I'm gonna put back all the black trimmings on. So all these guards and I don't know what they're called, grills, 2 fog lights, 3 bolts go with them, and then we'll put it on the car as it sits here in pieces. How exciting! So there, that's done. It's all good. It takes a while to put all those clips back in, but once you're done, feels good. This bumper's pretty much ready to go back in the car. It is ready to go back in the car. So let's do it. Pop this bad boy. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Inline 4. Oh yeah. Anyway, looks kind of aggressive with that front bumper on. So, first things first, I'm going to add 2 of these bolts on each side, right up here, where the fenders meet, and that goes to both sides, so. Next thing I'm going to do is put this fender lining back in. Of course, once you put the wheels on, torque them down, it's ready, it's done. That looks pretty good for a DIY in your backyard sort of thing. Looks great. So proud of that. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, be sure to subscribe. I don't do much stuff on E90, but usually E82, E92, I guess. But I guess they're all the same sort of family, the E grade. But if you like that, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.